Welcome to Knuckle Up, your front row seat to the raw and relentless world of bare-knuckle fighting championship. Today, we will be talking about Platinum Mike Perry. Bare-knuckle boxing has given many fighters a new start, but no fighter has truly found their true calling in bare-knuckle boxing quite like Platinum Mike Perry. Before he stepped into bare-knuckle boxing, Mike Perry was what many would call a train wreck. He was a regular journeyman in the sport of MMA, known more for the controversies and crazy moments he was a part of outside the cage than his actual performances inside it. Mike grew up in Flint, Michigan, and did not have an easy childhood. His family moved around a lot, and a lot of times, Mike was the only white kid in school. He was bullied a lot as a kid, which is why he got into fighting quite early on. Mike's parents eventually got divorced, and when he was 15, he moved to Florida to live with his mother. However, by the time he was 17, he moved out and started to live with some friends. This is where his legal trouble started. Mike fell into a life of drugs and petty crime to get by, and when he was 19, he got arrested for burglary. He was initially sentenced to community service, but after he failed a drug test, he had to spend almost 6 months in jail. In fact, Mike was still on probation for the crime when he competed in his first UFC fight back in 2016. Even before Mike went to jail, he was interested in combat sports. He had already had a few amateur fights and had briefly trained in an American top team facility as well. After he served his time, he took the sport even more seriously, eventually making his professional debut in 2014. After winning 8 straight fights by knockout, Mike was called up to the big leagues. He made his UFC debut in 2016 against Lim Ha-Yun Gu. From the first moment he got on stage at the weigh-ins, Perry stole the show with his weird antics. He won the fight as well, impressively knocking down his opponent 3 times before getting the finish. Following his first win, Mike's career started to deteriorate. He had multiple losses with a few wins scattered here and there, but more often than not, it was his crazy antics that kept him in the headlines more than his fights. Eventually, Mike had to leave the UFC after his contract wasn't renewed. At this point, with all the losses in his career and all of the weird controversies, Mike Perry was more of a meme than a serious fighter. Everyone thought that he was not more than another journeyman in combat sports. However, Mike's life and career would take a turn for the better in 2022 when he made his BKFC debut. Mike Perry fought Julian Lane, and after an amazing fight, he won a unanimous decision. In his next 4 fights, he would take on one big name after the other and defeat them all, setting himself as one of the best bare-knuckle boxers in the world and becoming the symbolic King of Violence champion as well. He defeated Bellator standout Michael Venom Page, former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold, former UFC lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez, and Thiago Alves. He also had a massive fight with Jake Paul, which made him a lot of money, making him one of the best paid bare-knuckle boxers as well. So Mike found his true calling in the sport of bare-knuckle boxing. This sport helped him change his life and become a role model for many other fighters. Thanks for watching Knuckle Up. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash the like button and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss an update from the toughest sport on the planet.